Boom, boom, boom. Hey, anybody that witnessed that? Oh, sorry about that. That was your introduction. We got like, yo, what up?
Aziz Light.
After 2 minutes and man, I would have turned this shit off, but we got two people looking at us, man. Yo, welcome to BlackMenVentTV. Yo, this is us on August the 3rd. It's the 3rd, 2018. Introductions right quick. We got the man as he stands. Big Country. What's up, dog?
Sauce.
That's it. Right next to me, we got B Mac. What's going on, dog?
All right.
Where y'all been? My man, cause it's a lady here, man. Y'all being.
It's a long work week. For me, it's a long work week.
How you doing? Fuck is this shit, dude? I don't know, man. So, backtrack for this week, man. I had the pleasure of being on the show earlier this week. I don't know about tonight's show, dog. You know.
Y'all know that southern
Cancer cough,
yeah, that southern they southern cancer cough, yeah, that's it. Okay.
Where's Quest? Quest lives in Houston. What is it? Houston Estates, Hoffman Estates, whatever. About what is that? An hour and a half from here. About an hour. He's an old man now, so you know it's really hard for him to make it out here on Friday. I think y'all should go ahead and hit him up on Instagram, Quest07, and tell him to stop being such a fucking David Ruff. Get his thermometer, get his blanket, get his ass out of here. Get him steaks, get him strong, get him nice, get him both, get him out of here. Red Bull,
I bet you money right now. He's playing 2K. Yeah, he might do it.
Hey, on his birthday, I got him a shot of Coke because he don't drink. He don't drink. I got him a shot of Coke on his birthday. He took it to the head on the chin. They also shot of Coke. Everybody did a shot of Coke too. That's that shit. Shot of Coke. Is this your new laugh?
I'm practicing on. I've been talking to my cousin past over weeks. Yeah. So every time I go down where you from? Oh, you ain't?
What I realized this week is that there's one thing that Black people realize. Then it's done. That's why it's done. You know what I'm saying? People cannot be accountable for their own actions. But I mean, if you cannot identify a problem, how are you supposed to fix it? answer that.
With the situation I was dealing with this week. Everybody that knows me, I'm a pretty mellow fellow. I'm not easily upset, but when I am upset, you probably want to get out the way. And nobody understood that. They're like, "Oh, I've never seen this. I've never seen this behavior." And I'm like, "Well, I'm explaining to you this behavior. Well, you don't have to. You can't pick and choose the consequences of your actions. You know, some may be minute to you, and somebody may blow your head off for it. You can't. So the whole thing about it is to try to be the best person you can be all the time. Don't look for something to try to gain something out of every situation, or that's just devious to me. But just don't do that. Just try to be a good person. I understand ain't no quick benefit in being a good person all the time. People, y'all need to start understanding about longevity. I've been in a lot of people's houses. I've seen a lot of people
legally. He was in
legally. Old and by themselves complaining about everybody else, and it's a result of not taking responsibility for your actions. And just, it's okay. You ain't gonna die and saying I'm sorry. That's my bad. Just say it and get it over with. Oh, that's my bad. I messed up.
It takes a real adult to sit up there and say that my bad, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna change because I found out that I was doing this shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? It takes a real. But I found out this week that there's not a lot of people that's in line for that type of thinking. There's a lot of people in line for people that will acquiesce or pass the buck or support that delusion. What we call it is supporting that delusion. If you look at Derrick Jackson, if you look at Steve Harvey, if you look at Farrah Gray, or any other Facebook pimp or whatever, they will support that delusion because that makes them money. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is if there's a market in that. If you look at Tyler Perry,
people saying that they'll wait for I don't know how long.
That's his name, right? Tyler Perry. If you look at his movies and how unrealistic in the he tried it one time. He tried to put a realistic spin on his movie. It didn't fly. It was his worst movie.
All the plays, all the movies are very realistic. There's always some big mama image of a woman who's loud talking and whatever.
The arc of the story is that
the desperate woman.
Yeah, the desperate woman still acts out. She doesn't change, but she still wins at the end.
You haven't seen Temptation then.
What?
I told you to watch the movie.
One movie. That's what I was talking about. I didn't know which movie it was, but I know one movie that he did, and it sounds like
because I almost got hung in the movie theater because I was cracking up laughing real hard, and all the women was looking at me like.
I went to one time, man.
It's over. And
what it was.
If you've never seen Temptation, I'm going to spoil it for you because it's more than old enough now. What happened was a typical situation. A woman who doesn't understand what she has because she wants stuff so quickly. She doesn't understand what she has, and
that's so typical.
Some guy comes in, with the 9-pack abs and big dick bobbing it, and got a little bit of change, and comes in and changes her mind, and she ruins her life for it, as usual. And then somebody else has to pick up the pieces, but they didn't show that part in the movie. What they showed in the movie was that she suffered, and he went on to live a beautiful life. What he was trying to give her, he ended up owning the pharmacy. He had a wife and a child and all that stuff that he wanted to give her.
And this is why that movie didn't fly, dog. That's why nobody knows.
I know, dude. I went to the movies to see it, and the female reaction was absolutely crazy for it. And I laughed very hard because it was a bunch of women in there like, oh, that's me. And you know, and I was laughing super hard in the movie theater, and I thought I was really, dude. I was like, I took the the exit that you see in the movie theater, like inside there
by the screen.
Yeah, I went out that door. I went out that door, so I did not get
that was a happy ending for us.
Hemmed up.
J1. That was realistic. That's why that movie. That's what I'm trying to get to. That was realistic, but that's why that's not one of his top grossing or top popular movies.
No, it should have been, because I mean that's usually the situation.
But no. That's my point. Everybody wants Tyler Perry for their Delusion support. They want to know that everything they're doing right now is going to work out. But in realism, it's not. It's going to end up like Temptation. But nobody wants to go and see how their life is going to end up because of the actions that they're doing right now. That's not fun. That's not entertainment. That's real. That's education. You know what I'm saying? So if you show somebody that you keep doing what you're doing right now, and pretty sooner or later, you're going to win the lottery. People are going to go pay money and do that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And this is my thing. This is Derek Jackson. This is Steve Harvey. This is Farrah Gray. These people that make money off of Delusion support. That'll tell you, girl, keep doing what you're doing. It's going to happen for you one day. But really what's going to happen is you're going to get ate up by cats. Anyway, I'm just joking, but
I've been to a couple cat lady houses.
Yeah, and cat lady houses is for real.
And she was like, I remember I ain't gonna never forget the one lady. She was like, "Don't mind the piles," and I was like, "What do you mean
piles?"
Yeah, she was like, "Don't mind the piles," and I'm going through the house, trying to see where she wants the TVs at. And
FYI, Big Country was a cable man for a while because they're like, "What the fuck is you doing in people's houses?"
Right. You know, whether it's the cable or I'm fixing your sink or your whatever. But I was in the lady's house. Yeah. You know, I do a little bit of
He's a cable guy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But
he was a good cable guy. He wasn't a bad.
The reason of the piles were she had about several cats. I can't count them, but there were piles of cat shit. What she was telling me to watch the piles. There were piles of cat shit all over the place. There were several kitty litter boxes all over the house, just so the cats didn't have to go from one. They can just go whenever they need to go. But the kitty litter boxes were overrun with poo, and if you're on the cat's gonna go. The cat needs a clean place to go, so they're not gonna continually go on.
Okay, yeah,
but cat ladies they're out there.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about cat ladies. I guess cats give a lot of love, but not as much as a human man. I don't know.
I've been quiet for so long. I'm just saying.
Just right quick, man. No Filter asks, what is our thoughts on MGTOW? And that is men going their own way. Are you guys familiar with that? I know you are. Here's the thing about MGTOW, gentlemen, what you guys probably don't know is that we pretty much helped found MGTOW. If you look back at 2006, what we were doing was like unprecedented. Men were sitting up there, and MGTOW stands for men going their own way. And this is because the regular way of doing what we've been taught is to grow up, go to school, get an education, get a career, get a wife, and get the money. What I'm saying? And have children.
To the household.
But yeah, have children. The American dream, you know what I'm saying? Do everything. But what men have learned in the last decade is that 60% of these marriages are failing. And out of those marriages,
72, not 60 no more.
It went up to 72.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, nobody would cross a bridge that has a 62% chance of falling or collapsing. Nobody would do that in their right mind. So men are not following that code anymore. because it hasn't paid off in a while. It's looking like a pattern that it's not paying off. Okay. So they're doing what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? There are men that, focus on themselves and do what the hell they want to do. You want to stay single, you want to, club, you want to go in a cabin in the woods and live your life, whatever you want to do. But society tends to shame men that does not follow.
There's no money in you trying to be right.
Yeah, you cannot draw resources off a man that's doing their own thing.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't.
So,
and that, it's kind of a double-edged sword, being with the I'm always watching some type of documentary, the plan of whitewashing. That's part of the plan also. You make this disconnect between the black family, and then that's that. But what I've learned, because of my anger issues back in the day, you're not about to kill me over no stress, over no whatever the hell. I don't care what your feelings are. I've been trying to explain to a younger gentleman at work because he's going through a situation, and I try to explain to him how men and women operate and the reason that they need each other. Men are more logical in their thinking, and women, it's all about I feel. They ain't got nothing to do with the truth. It's just a feeling. Got nothing to do with the truth, but they need each other, to help each other make sense of everything. But you just got to understand that. But it's been carried away off into some deep dark planet somewhere. Well, I'm a woman. I'm entitled to change my mind. I'm entitled to. It just turned into a big old feeling thing as opposed to the truth. You can't take away the fact that if something's burning, it's burning. It ain't raining. It ain't. I've been approached with the situation many times, trying to argue a situation with somebody. Well, that ain't, it could be. We ain't talking about what it could be. The fact of the matter is, if you continue to go on this path, I'm going to knock you out. And then that's just that. That's the truth. The truth of any situation is just the truth. Ain't got nothing to do with my feelings. Ain't got nothing to do with your feelings. Let's talk about the truth. And then maybe after that, we can tend to your feelings, with a small back rub.
It's impossible. But hold on. Let me get back because I know a lot of people are thinking like how the BMV found MGTOW. Because I'm not going to say that we made it, but I'm saying that the seed was planted about the same. We were planted like about 6 months before MGTOW. So I noticed, but at the time, man, I noticed that here's the thing. Since we named ourselves BlackMenVent, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that wasn't black felt like they couldn't get down with our movement, even though we was talking the same thing that all races were talking about. We didn't know that all races were dealing exactly what our race was dealing with, but at different levels. You know what I'm saying? There were times where, once the show got very, very popular, there were times where people in the MGTOW movement reached out to us and was like, yo, we need you to do a show just like yours for us. And I was like, nah, we trying to get this BMV shit popping. Let me get this solid first before we start working on that. You know what I'm saying? This is back in the day with I can't think about I can't think of any of the pioneers of MGTOW right now. There was a couple of names. I'll probably think about it later on in the show. But what I think when I hear about MGTOW, I think about the people that wasn't black went ahead and started their own thing. And that's our fault for naming this BlackMenVent. Because at the time we thought it was only black men that went through this type of struggle. You know what I'm saying? So as we learn and as we progress, we found out that there was a female nature that was prevalent in all races to different degrees. You know what I'm saying? So what's up?
While I completely agree with you, the one thing that I've learned in my delves, my delves and life and work and everything else, and I'm the last one to really want to harp on black women. It's really paramount amongst our black women. It's just like You're just not good enough. What you do, that the black man, you're just not good enough. What you bring to the table is just not enough. What you say is not right. Well, why can't I do this if we're married? Why I can't go to the club and hang out till 4 o'clock in the morning? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is what I'm saying is not only with BMV.
I can make it.
Not only with BMV, you know, it just in society, in the totality, we've gotten so far away from what the man does, what his accomplishments are, what they mean to the home, what the man is to the home, that women are just like, well, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this. Now, when you have men go their own way, it's like, well, wait, wait a minute. What y'all doing? Well, why y'all doing this? And it's like, well, when we were standing by your side, it was all about. No. When men was standing by their side, it was like, no. Beyonce said, "I'm independent. I'm gonna do this."
Have you guys ever heard of the herbivore men in Japan?
Yeah.
These are and Japan is in crisis right now because
A huge crisis.
Yeah, everybody knows this. We preach to the crowd now, but for people that don't know, the men in Japan have resorted to just leaving women alone and using, I guess, porn and all types of. They are at the forefront of the gadgets for men.
They got all the silicone.
Here's the
all
thing,
of
man.
the dolls.
In the nightclubs, they have guys for women to rent to act like guys in the club. You know what I'm saying? And the reason for that is because it was just too much. It was not worth it. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of attention that they wanted was not paying off for men. So they just said, fuck it.
Women want you to be straight so you can do whatever they need you to do. They don't give a shit if you got the pneumonia. They don't care about none of that shit. They can give you this suit, give you this whatever. You straight? You okay for the moment? All right, cool. Now go out here and do this, that, and the other, because you're straight right now. You know, I don't care if you die when you get back to the house, but wake up in the morning, I'm gonna give you some more soup, and you go out there and do it again, and you can do it again. You know what? I don't care what it is. Money, milk,
Resources.
I had a discussion about that this week. I was trying to explain to a friend of mine, she's married, and we got to talking about the head of household conversation. And I was trying to explain to her, I don't think that the head of the household has really too much to do with financial. It's you know, the protecting and yeah, you know, dictating, you know, what goes on in the house. I think it's that. And the reason I say it's not mostly financial because we still have people that's living off the reservation and they ain't got nothing to do with no financial and they living, you know, very nicely. So it's too much work.
Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, exactly.
That's the best way
That's
I can do
exact.
it. It's too much work. I don't feel like tap dancing to try to. I'll say hello. I remember when the 50-yard line was still open in Harvey, and I seen a girl and she was kind of cute, and I, you know, hello, how you doing? And she started laughing at me.
I remember.
And I started looking around. I'm like, okay, what you laughing at? Because I know I'm straight and you barely cute. So it's a privilege for me to be talking to you. So she was like, is that all you got? I was like, what you mean though? I said, hello. I'm trying to be a gentleman. You know, I can be, call you all bitches and hoes and whatever the hell. But I'm, my I'm the Pierce Bronson, legend is the, the John Rambo. I come in, real polite and everything. And sometimes, hold on, we give you something in a minute. We give you something.
Big rings.
No, he ain't the man ring. No, it's like the Hellboy. he's like the Hellboy, but he was nice. He was nice, but you see how he got the ladies though.
I don't. That was a B grade movie.
And the bottom line of that is, I saw the young lady, and I was trying to say hello, and I didn't have enough game for her, so she laughed at me. And this was right when the Expeditions had first came out, and my boy who couldn't drink, I was always driving his truck, so we had VIP park that night, and I was driving, of course. And when she saw me driving by, her face dropped to the floor. She saw me driving this truck. And I pointed out the window and laughed at her so hard. It wasn't in my truck. And I'm like, all of this because of a truck. Now you want to talk to me because you see I'm in this truck. It ain't even my truck. It's not my truck. And, men deal with this on a day-to-day basis because now what they're selling in media today is if you don't own your business, you ain't shit. That's what they're selling now. If you ain't an entrepreneur, you ain't shit. And I try to explain that we got to do that work, young kid. Man, y'all, this ain't no money. And this ain't no. I was like, dude, you have no children. You have no bills. I said, I don't care what type of job you got. You should be balling out of control. You have no responsibility. You should be doing whatever the hell you want to do on earth. I said, when you got children, you got stuff you got to pay for, and alimony and child support and all that stuff. Ain't no job because once you get a job and they find out that job pay more, they coming to get you still. So your pay going back down again. So it don't matter. You can go get the best job you want. They got Blake Griffin this week. Now he got to pay $238,000 a month for child support. It don't take $238,000 to take in no kid. $238,000. It was 50 or 38.
258,000.
Either way, that's even worse. It don't take that much money to raise no child, no month.
I love how it always comes back to me.
T.O. life got ruined. Was it 6 baby mama? 6 was it 6 7? It was 6 or 7 baby mama. His life ruined. All of them getting 6-figure child support.
He's fucking with Evelyn. Remember that?
Yeah. No. That was Ocho.
Okay, my bad.
That was Ocho Cinco.
Here in Illinois, the child support laws have changed, and for an athlete is really like fuck, but the everyday man is kind of a little bit better. So the everyday the laws for child support now in Illinois are they take mom's total income and dad's total income, and they see what the difference is in between the two, and there's no longer custody. It's who's the residential parent, but the residential party. There's no such thing as custody anymore. And then they go forward, and then they take both of the incomes, and then they split the difference. So if mom and dad make the same amount, dad is only paying a minimal amount. Now, if you happen to be dad and you make $70,000 a year, and you get, for lack of bad words, because of our company, you get with a bogus bitch that's making like 10,000, you're fucked. But to say like an athlete from Chicago that's going through the system right now, if you make $5 million a year and you're dealing with somebody that makes $80,000 a year, that's the same. It's the same principle under what they just did to Blake Griffin, and what she makes to what he makes. That's why he's paying so much.
Okay, thank you. But tell me for the
never that much.
Tell me for the average guy, what is his motivation to get into some shit like that?
Dude.
I mean, you got to go through court. You got to do all of this shit. You got to pay lawyers. You got to do. If I'm making this, she making that.
Her lawyer fees.
Yeah. I'm saying, what is my motivation? What best case scenario? Why I jump into this, and this could happen? What's the pro? What's the opposite side?
Dude, I think about that every day on a constant. That is.
Come up with an answer?
No.
I do.
This is what I do. I do. Most people, I would think that my day to day, while I'm at work and all that stuff, I just be thinking about how to better my life, and I bring that into whatever conversation I'm having with myself. Okay, what is the benefit for me of having a woman and getting married and put myself on paper. I always bring that up to myself and try to make some type of sense of it, because I would like to be married and have one woman, and I ain't got to worry about my dick falling off.
Blake Griffin is not what they talking about.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you know, I think about this stuff, and like Legend said, what is the benefit? I don't understand no benefit. I have not come up with one thing yet that will benefit me other than the fact that my dick won't fall off if I had only one woman, and I can't even count on that.
But here's the ideology.
Because ain't no telling what, you know.
But
you know, when women are emotional, they might need extra cuddling. You know, I didn't do enough cuddling or something. They might go get it. Big Bob might swoop in.
But here's the difference.
And come and do the cuddle.
But here's the difference. You broke.
I don't give a fuck what I am.
Hold on, wait. But for this topic, you broke.
But I can go buy me a watch.
I don't give a shit for that. But you broke for this topic.
Okay.
So when we talk about, you know, the big dick bobs and you know who can do what and the coddling, you messing with a dude that just signed a contract for 100. I don't know what his contract is, but let's just say 5 years in the NBA right now. 5 years of max contract is 175 million. Hold on, wait. So the NBA, the NFL, and the MLB all have programs where they try to talk to the rookies coming in, tell them what not to do, what to do, invest your money here, don't go to the clubs here. It's a very simple thing. You are worth $200 million. Why would you go, for lack of better words, raw dog, the everyday trick or porn star? Drake has done it. The everyday porn star, and then you turn around, and all of your hard-earned money, whatever you've done to get it, time in the studio, time on the field, now they take you to court, and you got to pay wazoo out the ass, but you want to sit there as the victim like this.
I'll tell you why, dude. Everybody knows why. Everybody knows why. Because raw sex is the shit, dog. It's crack cocaine. It's crack cocaine. Don't do it. Don't go there. Don't do it. And I get you. And that's the proof. That's the proof. Hey, look, man. If you don't use a condom right now, you can lose millions of your dollars right now, and they go anyway.
Absolutely.
I don't care about the dollar part. You can go to jail.
I'm not the gold digger type bitch.
You can go to jail.
I'm gonna be the good. I'm gonna be the good girl. I'm gonna take care of everything you need.
No, man. No, everybody is saying when you rich as hell, everybody's saying that shit.
I can tell you right now from a case. You can't do that on the show.
No, that's null and void. You can't do that
on the show. There's 2 weeks in a row. There's 2 weeks in a row that you did it.
No.
Now there's 4 shots. Okay. Now you got to do those 4 shots live. Now I want to hear that. You did it 2 weeks in a row. We gave you a pass last week. I can tell you right now. I know. I can tell you right now from being in multiple courtrooms. That's 5 shots. Whereas 5 shots, you gotta do the shit live. The veteran have to know that there's discipline for doing things on camera. But all bullshit aside, I happen to know, I'm not gonna say anything, but exactly there I've been in multiple NBA and NFL cases where judges will say, well, what is your contract going to be? And their attorney will say, well, Judge, he doesn't have that contract yet. And the female's attorney will say, you know what? Judge will continue this until. And the judge, while the judges should know, unbeknownst to the judges, you know, and the attorneys make good record. And they say, well, Judge, we got to do some more finding. We got to go into the banks and we got to do this, we got to do that. And then it turns around when this dude gets the contract where it goes where it should go from the date of filing. Now all of a sudden it's now when he's got a new thing. Now here's the problem with Blake Griffin. When she did not file at all. Here, the late was the head of, he was responsible. He was responsible for this. She knew not only was he going to get a long-term contract, he also get a long-term sponsor. So she just waited. She waited for all of his contracts to go through. And then she said, you know what? He doesn't do shit to me. I do. Now, my message to the young men, the athletes, and everything else. This is why your dads and your moms tell you shit in your pants. Put on the condom. Because at the end of the day, if you are that type of an athlete, if you are that type of dude, whether it's an athlete or not,
I don't care if you sell Slurpees by the expressway.
Here's the thing.
Strap it on.
They understand. Women understand when you have a good thing going for you. They understand that, you know what? I need to be linked to this dude. I have an NFL player right now in one of my courtrooms who was with his child, his high school sweetheart from Illinois, from our area. We'll talk about it off camera. Who was going through the business. Her attorneys were trying to get everything they could from. He said, you know what? I was in the courtroom. He said, you know what? Fuck it. I will just buy her a house. And his attorney was like, no, don't say that. He said, no, I'll just buy her a house. And this is what she did.
Okay. Here's the thing. And here's the question that remains is, what is my motivation?
Put a helmet on that soldier.
I mean, no.
It should be.
Here's the thing. Yeah.
Put a hat on your willy.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. They be telling that shit. They been telling us that shit.
I know, man.
When you got millions of dollars, it really counts.
But I don't.
You can get broke the fuck off.
Dude, it don't matter. You can go to jail. I don't care how much money you got. If I interact with this young lady right here, and she decides she wanna, there's a young lady, right? But if I interact with this young lady,
very much so.
If I interact with this young lady, and this young lady, if she decides she want to be a piece of shit one day, no point intended, but and she decides she be like, hey, I need a little bit of money, I got a kid and everything. I'm gonna blame this on this dude. So she be like, and then I get child support put on me, unbeknownst to me, and they stack up over the years. And then they finally, someone give me a court, someone to go to court. They finally serve me. Sheriff come to the crib and be like, hey, you gotta go to court. You owe the money. We all gotta pay. I can't remember. I ain't gonna never forget when the sheriff came to the crib. Was like, yeah, man, we all gotta pay.
To say I was a big help.
And I was like, when the sheriff came, when he said that, I was like, bullshit. I said, I'm gonna show you. And when I went to court, they was like, they looked at the paperwork and they was like, dismiss. And I was like, wait a minute, I paid $2,200 for 15 minutes. I said, are you crazy for them to dismiss it? But what I was saying was,
Country showed up. He was sitting there. He looked at me. He did like this. Now everybody knows if you've ever followed BMV, I am married to Country's sister. So when he showed up, because I know everything about Country, when he showed up, I was like, bro. He was like, I say, hey man, what the fuck is going on? He was like, hey man, get me down here. I don't really know. So I said, you know what? Hold on. Let me go talk to State's attorney. Talk to State's attorney. She was like, hey, we'll take care of him. We understand the situation that's going on. He gonna be all right. I had to look at State's attorney and do like this. She said, no, you don't understand. We really gonna take care of him. I said, well, what makes
anybody get my $2,200 back?
What make? They said, I said, so what makes him so different? They said, well, we know the situation, and we understand. We need him to do one or two things. We understand he's a good guy. He's presenting everything. And I was like, well, why are we here? State attorney said, "Don't worry about it. We got it."
The bottom
He
line
was there
is,
one day, did what he had to do. Now I cannot disagree with him. They have not given us $2,200 back. They have not given us $2,200 back, $2,200 back, but he's free and clear from the system.
yeah, I don't want to pay $2,200 to be free and clear from the system. But the bottom line is, or what I was saying is, I don't care what you do for a living. You know, you can get put on child support and you not even know it, and it may not even be your child, and that may not even get determined until you go to court and figure out if that's your child or not. Just by association, you may not even have had sex with a woman, and she can accuse you. She can accuse you of being the father to her child, and then you have to pay. And then they're not gonna give you the money back. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, she made a mistake. She's the bad guy now." It's not gonna happen. And then when you sue her through civil court, you know what they're gonna tell you? Let's go in this back room and pull your pants down. Let me give it to you. And that's what they're gonna tell you. They're not gonna give you your money back. Nobody's gonna give you a complimentary reach around or a rusty trombone. Nobody's gonna give you shit. That's exactly
not even a rusty trombone.
Not even a rusty
Oh,
trombone.
damn.
Nobody's gonna give you nothing. Be mindful of when you're laying down with some of these no good women. Just make more conscious decisions. Matter of fact, just leave the woman part out. That will come. I just like the two. I got two young dudes.
Shit, dude.
Two young dudes at work. They keep talking about these women. I say, I don't know how many times I got to keep telling y'all. I said, you see women out here educating themselves.
You can't.
They got all the jobs. What are you doing?
Look, bro.
Go educate yourself. Go get culture. Do all this stuff. I said, you run around here worried about a woman. You're missing out on your life. Go do all of this stuff.
Brother country.
Stop worrying about the women.
Brother country. You can't. They have attraction powers that are way stronger than the words you say.
Yeah.
They work on you too, dog.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody was saying that shit to you like 10 years ago, you'd be like,
I would be in a
whatever.
better position.
I mean, that's not fair, dude. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I can guarantee you.
No. What I'm saying is those attraction powers are not fair.
No,
Because they trump, they like Trump everything
They have to exist though in order to
push forward mankind.
exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
they have to exist. So and then that's the other part. Some of this stuff have to exist. It's a double-edged sword type of situation. We're trying to fight this thing because what you want women to stop being attractive?
No, I think
You want me to
it's
stop
just-
liking hips and nipples and
Okay, that's
I'm
not-
getting
that's
deep.
not gonna
Yeah,
stop.
yeah. I know I was about to get
Yeah,
deep, but
you're
I ain't
about
gonna.
to- yeah.
Yeah, but I
That's not
retract
gonna
it.
stop. The thing about it is that we can't sit up here and act like people don't use that to their advantage.
Of course.
There are people that I'm not gonna say people. There are women that notice that they have attraction powers and they can manipulate men from an early age. They gave peanuts to gorillas for access to something, and they found out that the male gorillas was giving the peanuts to female gorillas for sex. There's attraction powers right there. You know what I'm saying? So what did we say about people who use these attractions? Natural instinctual. That if that's a word, Jesse.
Yeah, it's just that.
Jesse.
There you go.
Instinctual sexualityness that women have. Goddamn.
Hey man, if I can,
Please don't start doing this.
no. Can I switch the topic up?
No, man. We trying to get to the bottom of some shit. Okay. What do we say about the people that use that to manipulate men? Especially now that we're talking about celebrities and them, they should know better not to go raw. There's no solution.
Can I ask you a question?
No, not really.
Can I ask you a question? Is there anything more redundant than we can say to the everyday woman that we don't say to the everyday celebrity?
What?
Here, the only difference, in my opinion, that you can't say to the everyday woman that you don't say to the everyday celebrity is when Beyonce makes a song, everybody else follows it.
Yeah, but Beyonce
So watch this.
Be single, and if you
But
when they get married,
that's what sells.
Can you let me finish?
That's what sells.
She told all the women.
So she sold all the women on, if you like to put a ring on it, be independent, do all this shit. But she living good. She's married. She got kids. She got a big ass ring. She got a good dick at home.
Are you sure about that?
Well, she's still there,
right?
right? No, yes, I'm sure. Because at the end of the day, with them two, money is substantial. So what I'm saying is, if you was a broke hoe and you fucking with a broke nigga, you can't compare yourself to Beyonce and Jay-Z because when you single.
So what does that mean?
That means his wife.
No, that means the stock of pussy.
Okay, that means his wife decided it was in the best interest of their family to take that shit and move forward. Right or wrong. Whether it's financial, whether it's monumental.
This is what the richest families. You think that?
Let me ask you this: Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the president. He's out here with strippers galore, and they still have not even done. Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the thing. Now we know that people that are super rich, you know what I'm saying, have buku access to a lot of women, a lot of gorgeous women, a lot of women that are willing to do anything to get grabbed by
men and women
and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Why do you think that the J.P. Morgans or the Koch brothers families or the J.B. Rockefellers, how did they stay together and build family past that?
You know what they did? You know what they did? The report went out, and outside of that report, they all stayed together. You want to know why? Because money supersedes everything.
And that was one point with Jay-Z.
It does. Money supersedes. Okay, well, first and foremost, it's not family. Family is for hold on, wait, Mike. Our country. Family is for us. We hold family sacred, but when you're worth together more than $1 billion, we have to keep this structure together because this structure and this money monetarily delves into the future of our children. It can and it cannot be.
It's nowhere near together. The Rothschilds are worth $500 trillion. Y'all I'm having a fit right now. Yeah, I'm having a fit. 500 trillion. They understand generational wealth, which means family. So family and the money part, it goes hand in hand with them. They've been doing inbreeding to ensure that the money stays in the family, because this is how you build. Even though they're doing it negatively, but this is how you build anything. Back in the day, when farms were still doing their thing, it was farms all over the place. People were having 10 children to take care of the farm and do all of this stuff, and they were building this generational stuff. And now everybody's out for their own and not understanding that it's only temporary. Nowadays, you don't have no careers. There's no more careers no more, to me, personally. There's no more careers no more. You can be fired tomorrow. I know 50 million people that have master's degrees that still can't get a job from when we had the, 08, when the economy took a tank. They have master's degrees, still can't get jobs. They have 3-4 jobs right now. So nowadays, there's no such thing as all of that stuff. So after all of that stuff is gone, or let's say before that stuff is gone, so I don't deserve to have no love because I don't make 6 figures. I don't deserve to have no family because I ain't got no bread. I mean, I don't understand. You got to understand your riches. I understand there are people that I know that make way less than me, and I be trying to figure out how they living so well. They got 2 cars, 2-3 cars. They be paid for. They be having jewelry. They be on vacations all the time. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Dope game. No.
Okay. It's the love, man. It's the
only is
love.
it love, not only
If ain't no love in anything, it ain't gonna last. It's only temporary, and I don't understand these temporary fixes that everybody loves to enjoy. It's temporary.
But I will also tell you this, country. I've learned from somebody who has only ever made $25,000 a year. He is worth about 300,000. And I was like, dude, how do you live in this big ass crib? He was like, dude, my daddy taught me when I was younger how to invest. Every day I get home from work, I'm on a computer switching my money from this to this to this to this. And I say that to say this: we as blacks, we are at a we're degraded, not degraded. We're at a dissension from what most whites know. Most whites, their families entered into stocks and bonds, and
whites know that we are the top consumer, and they keep feeding us the shit.
But I'm talking about back in the 1970s.
Even then, they knew we the top consumers, and they're gonna feed us the shit.
My softball coach, while I love him to death. Yeah, my manager and my coach. His parents, he's about 48. When he was young, his parents paid $250 into the Nike stock when Nike was the new thing. They were still using Waffle Iron. And when they was using everything. Right now, his dividend, his dividend that pays out monthly for him is $5,000 a month, and he works for Comcast. So besides what he does at work,
Comcast ain't like no bad job. What are you
no.
about?
But I'm saying, besides what he get from Comcast, he getting $5,000 because he has not taken out any money, no dividends, no nothing. That's just his share from 1978, 1980.
It don't matter. You can do that in any company. Any company. People talk down,
and I get that
on a lot of careers.
I get that, country, but here's the thing: how many blacks, how many of us that look like us are teaching our kids as they're being raised? You know what? I'm giving you an allowance. Your allowance is $20.
Ain't nobody teaching no.
But you got to give me $5 out of your allowance for your rent.
Ain't nobody teaching nobody that shit.
But what I'm saying is that is the structure. That's part of the structure. That's part of the things.
And who
that the whites are that not.
Oh no, dude. No. Okay, now I know where you're going. Now I know where you're going.
That we don't. When we get money, we be like, "Hey, you got them new J's."
Let me tell you something. I felt extremely embarrassed going in a couple people's houses where I've watched children have intellectual, political conversations that I could not get into because of their education. I felt bad, man. I felt seriously bad. And I was started reflecting like, what the hell is we doing with these children, our kids? These motherfuckers worried about when the J's coming out and they're going to shoot somebody up. When the J's come out, they stand outside all night for some fucking shoes for somebody. $40 shoes. Yeah, and then the white dude got on some.
They going to Harvard.
They got on some $20 boat shoes. They going to Harvard with a Union Bay polo shirt on.
No, man, and they got their own jet skis. I never had my own jet ski. I always had to rent the motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, but I've always that part. You had to be enlightened to be able to understand and see that part, and have to make a divide. That's why I appreciate. I can't remember the name of the community that's down in Texas. They consider the
Sam Kinison.
No, the new Black Wall Street that's down in Texas that they consider to be that.
Sidney Poitier.
80% of the community. No, it's not. Hell, the Corpus Christi is right on the border. This dude, that's straight up Mexican mafia area. But 80% of the businesses that are down there are black owned, and nobody down there makes under $60,000 a year.
Las drogas.
And yeah, maybe possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure. And the education down there is absolutely excellent. So
DeSoto, Texas.
It's not DeSoto.
That sounds familiar.
Yep, you're right. Okay. My bad. That's a documentary I watched right there. That's a documentary I watched. My bad. That's my bad.
Quick on your
It's
feet,
it's the Soto, Texas.
It was good.
I'm sorry. But I don't understand why can't nobody get this. You know, I listen and watch people on the internet all day, mostly women talking about it. Get the bag. You can't mess with me unless you got the bag and the bag and the bag. And then you got other women following this bag mentality or whatever the case it is. And not understanding, you know, when children come into play, that's all it's about now. You know, sorry that you messed. That's what it's supposed to be about. Sorry you messed up and you had a child sooner than you were supposed to, but now it's a child's time.
Yeah, it's not about.
Now you have to give them everything that they need to be able to survive in this piece of shit existence that we have created for ourselves. Nobody created this for us but us. You have to understand. You know, nobody created this. You know, when you can plain as day have in my opinion, a pedophile as the president, and everybody's standing around like, I can't believe he said that or did that. And that's all everybody's doing.
That's all they do.
That's all they're doing. Like, I can't believe he said or
what did he
did
say
that.
today? Oh,
you know, what did he say today? Really? It's people in other countries shooting the president out of their country because they don't stand for that crap.
They're not going for that.
And other countries are looking at us like, this y'all president? This is y'all leader? Oh, it's only a matter of time before we come in and fuck y'all up. And nobody gets that. Everybody is worried about the bag and the bag and the bag and the bag. I understand as men, we are all raised to a degree to take care of the woman, make the money and give it to the woman, to take care of the woman and all this. We all raised to that degree, to some degree. We're raised that way. But you have to understand, gentlemen, you have children, whether it be boy, girl, whatever the hell, you have to understand, explaining them the simplicity of just everything, man. Explain it to them all. I mean, you may feel it's too rated R for them. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. I have a hard time with my son because I'm like, okay, I shouldn't tell him. He's only 10, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta tell him. And I tell him, I'm like, dude, you can't trust nobody when you leave this crib. When you go out in public, everybody wants to kill you. And I told him this, and he's like, what do you mean, Daddy? And I'm like, dude, when you leave the house, you need to, because my son is he loves everybody. Oh, dude, you come on. He's want to play and with everybody, want to orchestrate everything. I'm like, dude, that attitude is very great, but you can't have it. And I'm sorry that I can't let you have it nowadays. You know, this character that you have about you is very great, but you can't have it because somebody might blow your head off now. But, you know, we all have to teach our children out here nowadays. You have to tell them everything. You can't sugarcoat nothing. You got to tell them, you know, what it is. You got to let little boys know that go get your education. And don't let them, and when I say education, I don't mean just these books. This is a system. We live in this system, so we have to learn this system. But education just don't come within this system. You know, you had to learn a whole bunch of other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with these books. You know, you can everybody in this room can't go to MIT. But everybody in this room smarter than somebody that go to MIT, and vice versa. You know, we can't do the shit that the motherfuckers do at MIT, and they can't do what we do because that's not what they, that's not what they're exposed to or anything like that. So, you know, you get, that's a whole.
For this show, we gotta wrap this up.
That's all. Yeah, we gotta wrap up. We've been going for a while now.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming out tonight, man.
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? TV, Mr. J1S. You know what I'm saying? Bezel came out. Who else, man? Shout out to all of y'all. Y'all need to go ahead.
Y'all work on y'all old man.
Yeah. No filter. We'll be back here next week, Friday at 10 p.m. Central, or we're going to try to be here at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. CP time. We'll be trying, man.
We'll be here.
We'll be having technical difficulties and other type difficulties.
If I'm not in Germany, Legend will be here.
Oh man, don't go to Germany, man. So we'll holler at y'all later, just so y'all didn't think we was lying.
Here she is right here. Been here the whole show.
All right, studio audience. Remember the studio audience?
Yeah.
All right, give it up for the studio audience.
All right.
Yay.
Studio audience used to make a comment. You can make a comment.
But she did laugh in silence.
She did.
She did. She was like,
These peasants.
Do it again. She laughed like what?
These peasants.
all right, y'all. Peace out, man. Live, man.
Yeah, I need you to live. Dude.
I am, man. It's a ranch on them seeds, man.